Well, I'm back out here at my camper for some more DIY fun. I got my new tiny AC unit today, so I'm going to try to install it. It seems so long ago that I was actually pulling out the old AC unit from this space. Putting in this new one is very cathartic for me, and it really is bringing me so much closer to the finish line. It was immensely heavy for such a small appliance, and I'm really glad I got it to fit. I'm trying to really hustle today and tomorrow, Friday, because these are my last days before spring break where I can actually come out here and finish off some of my DIY projects. It never ceases to amaze me how time-consuming just one task can be. Like here, I'm trying to install my cabinet doors finally. I'm really happy to see these cabinet doors in place because it visually really cleans up the interior space of the camper. I'm a little bummed because I ordered the right amount of hinges, but I only got half of my order, so now there's going to be another time delay and I can't put all the doors in place today. Again, I just feel like I'm moving at the pace of a snail. Having a vlog of the work I have finished has really helped me to step back and just appreciate the work I actually have completed. Okay, here I am on Friday and it's my last day before spring break starts. I really want to go ahead and knock out a lot of these little projects that I have on the interior of the camper. I ended up taping off some of the electrical wires that were not working in my trailer and patching the holes, and so I'm going to need to scrape those down and paint over them. I did have an electrician come out and he basically just told me that he couldn't help me. I didn't tell him before he came out that I actually needed help inside a camper, so I kind of surprised him, and when he went in the camper he's like, "No, I can't help you, it's just a completely different system than a house." And so basically it was kind of a waste of time. I do feel like I have enough lighting inside this camper without the few wires that weren't working correctly, so I just went ahead and stuffed them back in the wall after taping them off, and I'm proceeding forward. Here you can see that by adding just a few of the cabinet doors on the faces of the cabinets, it really helps the space look more completed. I'm really bummed out that I didn't get all my hinges and I couldn't complete the cabinets altogether. These are the holes that I stuffed the defective wires back into, and I went ahead and patched over them with some sticky mesh and some spackle, and now I'm going to add a nice coat of paint over the top and they will be barely detectable. Once this touch-up paint dries, I will finally be able to screw in place the shelf up above the kitchen sink. Okay, here I am coming back after spring break. It was an amazing time away with my kids, but I'm really excited to come back to this trailer and finish some of my projects I've been thinking about. Like specifically today, I get to try out the Backsplash and finish off putting some sticky adhesive paper on the counters. So I think this is really going to finish off this space nicely. Now I already used the sticky contact paper on the counter across from the sink area. Those counters looked nice and I was happy with the project, but unfortunately the contact paper started to bubble up a little in the middle of the counter. I'm hoping today if I go ahead and put down some of this Gorilla Glue construction adhesive first before I put down the contact paper, that will be enough to very strongly seal this adhesive paper to the wood countertop. So far it looks pretty good, so I continue to spray the construction adhesive Gorilla Glue down before putting the sticky contact paper. I had originally bought this Gorilla Glue construction adhesive for mounting the wall tiles on the wall for the backsplash of the RV. I had heard that that was a recommendation for making sure the wall tiles do not fall off of the walls in extreme heat and cold. So I thought I would just go ahead and try it on the counters too. You can see I am not wrapping the edges of the counter with the adhesive paper. It just proved utterly too impossible to get the sticky contact paper to stick around the edges of the counter, so I went ahead and just cut them off right at the edges, and I think it looks okay. And already I'm noticing some bubbling where I sprayed a little too much glue in, so it looks like the Gorilla Glue construction adhesive is not a great idea to spray it down underneath the contact sticky paper on the counters. I push ahead because I am actually just so thrilled to try using these stick-on tiles that I got at Dollar Tree. These are not new, they have been around for quite a while, but it's my first time using them and I really want to see if I like them. I take each tile outside once I peel off the backing and I spray it outside with the Gorilla Glue, and I come back inside and I press it into place as firmly as I can. It is really tricky doing these cutouts for all these outlets along the backsplash wall. But all things considered, this is one of the easiest DIY projects I've taken on with this trailer, so I'm pretty happy about that. Mama needs a break, absolutely. I know I can't be the only one. It seems like whenever you're nearing the finish line of a very long project, time seems to just go so slowly, and that's kind of the experience I'm having right now. I feel like the closer I get to completion, the further and further away the finish line is. I think it's just the impatience to see the fruit of your labor. And when all those little things go wrong, it just drives you absolutely crazy. Okay, so this is about where I want these tiles, and wow, this is going to make such a big visual difference to hide this ugly kitchen wall. And yes, I only have one random knife in my kitchen, don't ask why. Totally love the way that these little cheap tiles transformed this space. I highly recommend to anybody looking for a quick, easy DIY project. We will see how they hold up over the next few weeks, if they start falling off, or if the construction glue was a good or a bad idea. I add just a few more over by the microwave, and that about wraps up my adventures in the kitchen for today. Okay, not terrible. It does look better than what was there previously. I think I could have done a little bit of a better installation job, but it was my first time using these tiles. I know I'm way behind the curve. Really like the way these look, and it really did transform the space. Now, if only I could get those last cabinet doors installed, that really would make my wildest dreams come true in here. Alas, it just wasn't meant to be. And over here we have a steadily growing pile of small things I need to install, like a little cell phone shelf I thought was so cute. I got it at Dollar Tree also. What do you guys think? This is my cheap backsplash in my trailer, and I think it looks pretty good. I got my AC installed, so I think that wraps it up for me today. Until next time guys, let's just keep on DIYing those projects.